We'll show you what we've come to know on board while sailing wisdom.
So now we're just filling up the water tanks. We got 100 gallons to put in the boat, and then we'll be ready to roll. We got full tanks, we got 800 more pounds of water in this boat, and we're ready to make our way to Norfolk.
There's no wind at all.
Belhaven was a ton of fun. We met up with a bunch of friends that we made in Oriental and did not expect to see them here, so that was a glorious surprise. And then today we were leaving, and so are they, and we're all heading to the same direction. We were gonna go a little bit further, like 2 miles past where they're gonna go, but why not hang out with friends? So that's the beauty of cruising, is just the total flexibility in deciding when and where you're gonna go. So we're leaving here, we're going to Dowry Creek, and we're going to Dowry Creek because that's where everyone else is going. So we're gonna anchor there, hang out with them, and then the next day we'll shoot through the Alligator River and make our way up towards Norfolk. So getting back to the Chesapeake.
I know that you know I saw it. Your words like little knives. Part of me thought you would have fought it.
Confident that whoever was behind these curses was close to Genoza's social circle, all of which meant that the killer was probably someone close to Genoza's crowd. Can I help you? You're making this very difficult. We're coming into the marina now, and it's really great that we're going to be just tying up at this marina for the night because we're about to get into the Alligator River where we really need to know that we have power. So we're going to just hook up to their batteries. We're going to hook up to their power and get completely charged up in in preparation for this long haul up to Norfolk.
With you, I hope that it made you feel good. A warning shot for the other boys. Give my thanks only like an ex could. Now I know I made the right choice. Oh, 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 oh. I'm so done
pulled into that marina, we topped off our water tanks, and most importantly, we are now full charge. So we're starting a 24-mile trek through the Alligator Canal, and it's gonna dump us out into the Alligator River. I'm really excited. It's super narrow. It's kind of like the Waccamaw, but straight. It's narrow, you got trees right on the side, it's deep, and it's just gonna be gorgeous. So I'm really looking forward to this. Now, it's a 20-mile cut that connects the Pungo River to the Alligator River. And the Alligator River apparently is just pure natural beauty. So I'm really excited to see that. It's just gonna be such a stark difference because we're coming from like this giant, huge open river, and then we're gonna be going into an area that is super tight and narrow. So it's gonna be really, really pretty and cool to see it because then the nature's right next to you. So you'll see birds and critters and maybe some gators, because we are heading into the Alligator River. Been keeping an eye on that lovely storm system right over there that you guys can hear rumbling. It started off behind us, but the way it's been tracking, I'm really hoping that it stays over there and we just don't have to deal with it. Bummer, guys. So we just had a wind shift and a really cold breeze is coming, so I think it's gonna get us. So I'm gonna get the sails down, get the boat closed up, and get really wet.
All right, in preparation for this storm, I have closed all the hatches, battened them down, dropped Monty, our mainsail, and we've got some pretty ominous weather in the distance. It's gonna be an interesting ride.
But I'm still hoping that it misses us, because that would be great. It's coming. We're gonna get rain. At least everything's ready. So Maddie came out. She was sleeping earlier because she didn't sleep well last night. But she came out. She got the sails down, got the portholes closed, got everything set. So big props to her. That's why it's awesome having two people on a boat, because one can steer and navigate, and the other one can make everything on the boat work. Like right now, I'm hungry. She's making lunch, and I was cold, and she got me a jacket. It's almost like if I can't survive without her. So that really nasty storm just kind of fizzled out. It went away. We got a tiny little bit of sprinkling, and it's just the rain is falling vertically. So being under the bimini, I'm not getting wet, and there's no wind, and everything's great. So that's a relief. Yay.
Sorry, Charlie.
Ah, thanks, babe.
Looks like the storm missed us.
I know.
It's
How
raining a
lucky
little
is
bit.
that?
That's nice.
I know.
Yeah, Jerry, come on now. There you go. Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no, it gets worse. Charlie crapped on your pillow. Oh no. Oh, Charles. So what are your thoughts on the Alligator Canal?
It's very pretty. We're
Oh, thank you for steering, because I'm not really watching where we're going. You steer and tell me, how do you like this canal?
As you know, my favorite parts of the ICW are the nature ones. It's deep, and you've got nature on either side of you, and it's just beautiful. And that's what the situation is here, so it's really lovely. I'm glad I'm awake for it.
All right, so this is the beauty of electric with a lot of solar. The wind died, and we need to make it to our anchorage before sunset because I don't like coming into anchorages in the dark. So we need to go at a certain speed to cover 20 miles. So we got to go pretty fast. Now, there was no wind, so in order to have the motor going fast enough to carry us at the speed, we didn't have the range. But now the sun came out, and we're putting 20 amps into the motor. So the first 20 amps that we're burning is absolutely free power.
Hello. 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 Good Jerry.
So now we're putting 20 amps in from the solar panels, which means that when we're motoring, the first 20 amps that are coming in, the first 20 amps that we're using for the motor is absolutely free. Now, a really important thing, there is a distinction between amps and amp hours. And you guys have pointed out, and I know, how many amps are used in an hour is the amp hour. So if you're using a motor that's drawing 10 amps and you use it for 1 hour, that's 10 amp hours. Now you can use those same 10 amp hours in half an hour by using that motor at 20 amps. So yes, I get it, but when you have an electric motor, you think of it in amps, and your battery has so many amps in it, and you can use so many amps, and that's how much power you can take out of it. And we don't really use kilowatts for it all because the math is just so complicated. Like our batteries, it's something like 9,600 kilowatts, and we're motoring at 2.6 kilowatts. You do the math on that one as compared to we're motoring along at 52 amps, and we have 347 amps in there. One's a lot easier to calculate than the other in your head. All right, once again, the rain is completely gone. We got tons of sun, but now we also have wind. So Maddie's up there doing all the heavy lifting and hard work while I just sit back here and steer us in a straight line. So she's got the staysail up, and now she's getting up the main. But to get the main up, she has to take off the preventer and do a whole bunch of work. I'll steer. It's a fair trade.
Oh. Buy our shirts. There is a link in the description of this video. We get asked a lot why we're in the Intracoastal Waterway when we could very easily, in this ocean-going boat, trek up the outside, the ocean side of the eastern coast of the US, but this is why. I mean, it is so beautiful here, and we would miss this. We would miss all of this if we just went outside. And we don't have a huge rush or anything, and so I don't see the point in taking the boat out there and putting the pets through all of that and missing this gorgeous nature that is this river that we're in right now. So I'm just so thankful that we decided to do it this way. I just find that sailing is more exciting when you can actually see stuff. I mean, there's something to be said for being out in the ocean and not being able to see land, and that's a very magical experience. But for me, this is a lot more entertaining and exciting. And there are other rivers that we've sailed in other than the US. We were in a river in Portugal, we were in the Suriname River. We've done some really beautiful rivers, and they've been highlights of this past 5 years, this cruising journey. And so I recommend the Intracoastal Waterway to anyone who can do it, who can fit.
Mads, if you can drop the sail, Jerry, if you can drop the sails and then we'll motor in case we bump bottom, we don't get carried onto it. So we're gonna be crossing a bar to get out of the channel and into the anchorage. The anchorage is 9 feet deep, but the bar is not. So I'm following a note that someone left on Navionics, and it says that they drew 6 feet and made it cross right here without an issue. I don't know if they had 6 inches under them or not, but actually we're looking good. We got 2 feet under us right now. Okay, we're in. Good.
Hello. Hello. Good, Jerry.
Almost an hour to the dinghy dock, or to the ramp. This is how you go in comfort though.
That's insane.
I made it. Here at the bottom of the Alligator River, and we're just gonna sleep here. It's a gorgeous night. It's got clear skies, beautiful stars, and we're just gonna relax, rest up, and then get going tomorrow morning super early. Now our batteries are very low after motoring all yesterday, so I'm really hoping that tomorrow has some good winds. That way we can sail all the way up the Alligator River. So tomorrow's run is gonna be another 18-mile run. But we're starting off with pretty much dead batteries, so we're gonna really need that wind. We're so far from everything, there aren't even bugs out here.
Why do we have tan bark sails? The thing that really makes it frustrating for us to find anchorages is actually Morty.
Well, this last bit is spirited. We are booking it. We're doing 5 to 6 knots.
Thanks for watching this episode of Sailing Wisdom. Don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next Rigging Doctor episode. And if you're interested in even more Rigging Doctor awesomeness, consider becoming a patron to see all of our extras. Can't wait to see you next time as you join us out here on the high seas.